much praise, much thanks go to the Table of Grace staff over there who really took that out today. And Matt, your crew is awesome, man. So I know you'll probably take them at the end of the night, but still, big round of applause for the Table of Grace. Thank you, staff. And just as I announced the CEO, Matt Weber, I'm going to do the same for his counterpart to my left on the keyboard over here. Should have some great things to say. Please give it up for Simone Weber, the COO of Table of Grace.
Thank you, Elliot, and thank you all for being here this evening. It's a blessing to have gotten to this point with this musical that you are about to see. These are a couple of scenes from the entire musical that I am working on writing with our great friend Gish out of Chicago. This started about 3 years ago when folks kept telling me that the songs that I write should be in a musical. And I said, well, if they're going to be in a musical someday, I suppose I have to be the one to write it or collaborate with others to write it. And so we have been on a journey together, and we have poets up here doing the acting. Some of the actors are the poets that have written their poems. So I'd invite you to turn in your program, if you haven't already, and please take a look at who these people are. Throughout the performance, it will say who wrote which poems. And I want to give a big thank you to everyone who contributed poetry and song and their time and their energy and talent, because this is truly a collaboration of all the folks of Table Grace, of the Table Grace family. And so the other thing that I want to say too, these cards that Elliot has been mentioning all night long, one of the things about this, you probably know this already, but we want to stay connected to you. And so if you're interested in continuing to be partners with Table Grace, we would invite you to fill those out. And as a byproduct, at the end of the night, you'll be entered into a drawing. But that way we can stay connected to you if you're new to the organization. And so that's why I mentioned to fill it out in completion so that we know how to tell you about things that are going on. So for the first time ever on St. Thomas stage, coming to you from Omaha, Nebraska, Table Grace Cafe, the musical.
So how do we fix the human race? We start with a place like Table Grace, a coffee house restaurant with spiritual needs for all, including the man on the street. Meditation, music, open conversation, where love is used to overcome frustration. Come to Table Grace in its time of creation, for salve to heal this hurting, divided nation.
Whoa, you scared me. I thought I was out here by myself. Where'd you come from? I suppose we can figure that out in a little bit. Are you thirsty? Would you like some water? Yes, you were. Listen, I'm not used to having a kid around. They usually don't hang around. Do you have a place that you're supposed to be? Do you talk? Well, you nodded, so I guess you understand me.
I can talk.
You did it, it's true. All right then. What's your deal?
I don't know what my deal is.
Okay, I'm kind of out here for the long haul. I don't have a house to really go back to. Most of the time when kids are out on the street, they're supposed to be someplace. They're supposed to have a house they're supposed to go back to. Do you have a place like that? That you're supposed to be? I'm not trying to get you in trouble, Chad, or anything. It's just confusing to me that you showed up here. You haven't got a house, a place you come from?
I don't really remember.
Well, then we got something in common. I forget sometimes too. It makes it easier sometimes when it's not making it harder. I don't know what you want to do here, but
Would you like to volunteer or donate
I
today?
don't have anything to donate.
Oh, hi, I didn't see you there.
he was hollering in my direction, honey. I'm a regular around here. What's your name?
Emily.
Emily, you can call me Pearl.
And I'm Mark. Hey there.
You hungry, Emily?
Then you're in the right place.
We can get some food in this cafe. You feel like doing that?
Yes.
She's kind of the quiet type.
All types are welcome at Table Grace Cafe. Come on in.
I was hungry.
I was hungry.
You gave me food to eat. I was thirsty. You gave me water to drink. The little girl sitting by the road, her clothes ripped and wrapped in a load, waiting for the next morsel or crumb that anyone might throw right by her thumb. I was hungry. You gave me food to eat. I was thirsty. You gave me water to drink. The old man that acts very mean, walking by the very same scene, approached every restaurant for miles around, asking for a cup of water to be found.
I'm always searching for things I can't figure out. For help I turn to my THC, LSD, MDA, and ecstasy.
Would you like to volunteer or donate today?
Huh?
Welcome to Table Grace. Here we invite anyone to do whatever they can, whenever they are able to. Would you like to volunteer or donate today?
I was just searching for a glass of water, and all these places just shut their doors on me. I've been walking for a long time. It's been awful hard. I'd be glad to volunteer and do anything I can do to help.
Well, come on in. You can have a seat right over here. I'll get you a glass of water, and I would guess in a little while you'll be hungry too. So after you're refreshed, join me in the kitchen, and I will have a task waiting for you. Welcome to the Table Grace family.
Jesus says, whatever you do to the least of these, you've done also to me. Wherever you see the need of humanity, I am there indeed. I was hungry. You gave me food to eat. I was thirsty. You gave me water to drink.
Was your food okay?
Yeah, it was really good. If this is a restaurant, why is there singing?
Well, it's something that people can do together, even though we don't know each other, and we like how it feeds the soul.
Feed the soul?
The music kind of felt good, didn't it?
Yeah.
Good food is really important, but here we help each other in other ways too.
like it here. I might like to come around more often, if that's okay. Something if you needed some help.
You are definitely welcome here. And if you want to contribute in exchange for a meal, that can also be possible for you. We're happy to work with volunteers around here, and we thank you for serving.
It's been really hard now for me for quite some time to hold everything together. This seems like a place that I could really get along in, and I think it would be good for me to be here.
We all have our struggles, and it's always better if we don't have to go through those struggles ourselves. After you eat, we'll talk. We'll hear your story, and we'll find out if there's something else we can be able to work out.
But you run a business. I can't believe it. This is a nice place. What do you mean you have struggles?
Oh yeah, we have struggles.
Are you kidding me? We are human after all.
That's my wife, and this is my daughter. And we've been through some things, I can tell you that, just like everybody else. Well, I sound like we're all settled and accomplished, but I'm a work in progress.
Me too.
Me too, right?
Oh, yes, definitely.
Isabella, would you come over here with me and we'll clean up that mess over there? And then we can choose the ingredients for the new pizza.
I would love to. Could I also hand out the desserts?
Oh, that would be fantastic.
Why does that girl over there look so sad?
Well, we don't know yet, but hopefully her tummy will be full in a little while, and her soul will be filled with the Spirit, and things won't be looking quite so bad because she'll know that she's not alone.
Yeah, I always feel better when my tummy is full.
Welcome to Table Grace's Music with a Mission. I'm Sarah, and I was just wondering if any of you might have a song to share today.
I'm not much of a singer, but I was wondering, Sarah, if I could share something else I have. I write poetry.
Oh yes, Edward, I remember. Go right ahead.
The title is Love, Music, and Prayer. It is said, love conquers all things, but there is so much hate, violence, and despair in the world. Can love alone defeat all of these terrible wrongs and deceit? Music has charms to soothe the savage. Can it human's hurtful inclination outwit, allowing peace and tranquility to reduce conflict and killings thereunto? More things are wrought by prayer than we can know. Surely it can offset and overthrow the evil effects of intolerance, cruelty, lies, greed, and arrogance. If we employ love, music, and prayer in unison, perhaps we can repair the horrendous harm done to each other and the earth, making life much kinder. Therefore, open up your hearts, raise your voices in joyful song and reverent prayer. Rejoice in beautiful music and newfound hope, helping to create a world where all can go.
That was beautiful, Edward. Thank you so much for sharing that today.
Yeah, I haven't been around much poetry, but I really like that one.
I have seen how easy it is to create conflict in the world, so I try to help people find a little peace.
Yeah, lashing out at others is usually the easy thing to do. Turning the other cheek, looking for agreement, that's much harder.
Absolutely.
I feel that's right. Thanks all of you for listening.
Hey, great to see you again, John. It seems like it's been a while since we've seen you around Table Grace.
Yeah, I guess it has. I've been, someone he says, rings true with my own experience. And I've been on my own for a long time, doing some thinking and writing myself.
Well, when would now be a good time for you to share something that you've written? I mean, no pressure, but you're welcome to if you'd like to.
Okay, yeah, it would feel good to let someone.
Excellent, go right ahead.
This is called Read Me Quickly. I have floated on the seas for eons, locked away in my glass prison. And every shore that I washed up on, I was quickly found and just as quickly thrown back to the sea. I have been handled and read countless times, only to find myself bottled up again, as if I were a virus that threatened to end life. I am a lonely scrap of paper, searching for the one heart that will give me admittance. And my 5 letters, read and emblazoned on just one soul, would change the world. The powerful and the power mad fear me, for I am the apple that will upset their cart full of war and greed, but I am the message this world needs to hear. Read me quickly. Know the power I would bestow on your heart, and if you're strong enough, I will light the darkest corners of your soul. So will you dare to speak my name? Will you have the courage to welcome me? Will you have the willingness to accept me in your heart? For I am peace, and I am not for the weak of spirit.
Thank you so much, John. That was excellent. We appreciate you sharing today.
Really something. How about you, young lady?
Me?
If you want, sure.
Can I?
Of course, we would love to hear something from a young writer.
I love art. It comes from my heart. I paint and use clay. I do it all day. When I do it with my friends, it's something that never ends. Sometimes the paint runs out, but I've never had a doubt. The way I love art makes me so smart.
Thank you.
Emily?
This girl's full of surprises.
Oh, that was so wonderful, Emily. Thank you so much for sharing that. I'd like to invite you to sing along on this next song. It's a song that I wrote about this place that we have here called Table Grace. And you know, for those of you who are new to us, perhaps it'll fill in the gaps a little bit on what our mission is and what we're all about. And for those of you who are regulars, well, I hope it sounds and feels a little bit like home. Nourishing hungry bodies and souls, no matter how they play. Working side by side, the Spirit leads the way. The journey is so much richer as we work and sing together. He
it will always call me back.
You know, you people are really doing something great here. This is a good place. I'm glad I found my way here. I almost didn't make it.
Well, we're glad you're here, all of you. If you eat, if you serve, if you paint, if you sing, if you read, it's all community. And without you, this place wouldn't exist.
I'm thankful, but you don't need me. Come on.
Oh, but Pearl, I do. I really do. I don't know how each of you came to be here today, but I can tell you a little more about my own story. My whole life has been a balancing act. I experience pretty extreme highs and lows from time to time, mostly around my creativity. I grew up in a small town, and I had very big dreams. And while I felt different from the kids around me, like a lot of kids do, and if you make others feel too different from you by the choices you make or don't make, well, that alone can make them feel uncomfortable.
I can tell a lot of people who I share the sidewalk with feel uncomfortable with me around. I don't want it to be that way, but that's just the way it is.
I'm so sorry about that, George. That sounds really tough. Well, when I was a kid, my peers picked on me a lot. I was ridiculed, left out, and I didn't enjoy that. So I grew through that, and I graduated from high school, and then I moved on. I found a new place to be. But I never stopped trying to fit some form of perfection. Something that I don't think really exists in this reality. Something that only exists in my mind. And I've always loved to sing, and as you can see, I still do. And so when I left, I put myself way out there, thinking I'd just go for it. And well, I've had some success over the years, but other times I've been asked to be something I can't be. And I've been invited to do things that I can't do. And other times I was left behind or just forgotten. And so, thank you for helping me build into something new and positive.
I've always looked up to you and admired you. When I come to Table Grace, I feel and see the happiness and the light around you. And I love that.
Well, in here, Edward, challenges go on all of the time, even when I'm trying to make it seem otherwise. What helps me stay afloat, though, is people like you, connecting with people like you. It makes me feel not so awkward and alone in my life. All of us together hold the pieces, and without you, I may fall apart. So, thank you again for helping me out.
I didn't know you then, but there was a time when I was on the opposite side. And I hate to admit it, but it's true. A long time ago, I had a family of my own, and I didn't do right by them. I was selfish, and at the time, I couldn't see the problem with it. It was me first, and I took much more than I gave. Wasn't loving them and wasn't loving myself much either.
So what happened then?
Eventually, I drove them away. They were right to go. I wasn't being good to anybody, wasn't being good to myself, and I paid for it. I can't take it back, but I sure have regrets.
You're sorry?
Yes, I am, Emily. I am so sorry. I feel like sharing a poem, Sarah. Is that okay?
Sure, that would be wonderful.
I am a tree of life, an angel sprouting wings. I am my future, whatever that journey brings. I am hope and whisper in a wind. I am hope and a prayer, and I am a whisper in the wind. I am love and laughter, I am no longer sin. I am a sweet, sweet melody, I am a song in my heart. I am a wish upon a star, I am power in my thought. I am like a rushing river. I am a fragrance in the breeze. I am an angel blowing kisses, and I am on bended knees. I am hope for the future, a picture to behold. I am creation in all its glory, a message to be told. I am life to the fullest. I am the breath of life. I am a blessing spoken softly. I am of value, though no cost. I am holding my hand up to the future and to life so true. I am taking a step toward heaven's gate and taking it back to you.
Now that's the
Oh, that was pretty amazing. I know I've caused lots of problems. I can't even remember all of it, though. When I was younger, I worked a lot on construction. But then as time went on, I fell off a ladder and I hurt my back. And the doctor gave me some pills. And pretty soon I just had to take more and more pills. And the pills weren't making any helping me at all. So I got involved in some pretty bad stuff. Some things that I'm pretty disappointed about. That was not a good time for me. But they were hard times. Days at a time I was lost in things. And it was either to lose yourself in the pain or lose yourself in those experiences. I can't say that I liked it, but I let some people down then, and I'm really sorry for that.
Well, George, I don't think there's any one of us out here without regrets. I think the key, what matters most, is that we ask for forgiveness, we accept grace, and we work toward making a positive difference in the world.
And you stand for the dignity of others, even for those that you don't even know or that you first met, like me.
Absolutely. We just don't find that you get much done by pushing people away. And oftentimes, if somebody has the chance to start from a place of dignity, they have a much better opportunity to have a transformative experience.
You have to give them a chance.
That's right, you really do.
Can I sing that song now to me? You know that one too? Yes, do you? Yes, my mommy sings that to me every night at bedtime. Do you want to sing on part of it too? Sure.
Oh, this is amazing! Let's hear it.
Children come to me, says Jesus to the land. Let them sit around my feet and see who I am. The past years falls to the ground, another yes, I stand here. What they need is a safe place and someone just to hear and let all people come to me, says Jesus to the man. Let them sit around my feet and see who I am. I will heal your hurting heart and take away the pain. I promise you a brand new start, and I'll love you just the same. You can come to me. The gift of love and gift of grace is there for everyone. The gift of love and gift of grace is there for everyone. Jesus has come to me. He says, come to me. Jesus has come to me. He says, come to me. Let our children come to me, says Jesus to the man. The gift of love and gift of grace is there for everyone.
here and some new words to a song that used to go through my brain. It just came to me, and I would like to share it if that's okay with you.
Well, George, is it a positive, inspiring song?
Well, I think so. I can tell you the words first, and then maybe you can decide and you can let me know if you think it's going to work. Okay. It goes something like this. I'm always dreaming about things I can't figure out. For help, I turn to my G-O-D, his sweet son J-C, and the church I need, and the people I see.
That's pretty good, George. All right, hey everyone. George has something to share today. Go ahead, George.
Well, I wrote a song a long time ago, but it was, I've changed it today since I've been here part of you. So I just thought I would share it if I could. I'm always dreaming about things I can't figure out. For help I turn to my G-O-D, his son J-C, and the church I need, and the people I see.
That was amazing, George. Thank you for sharing that with us. What a privilege to be a part of hearing that song today. So, we have time for about 2 more songs. Does anyone have anything else they'd like to share?
Sarah, you remember that poem we collaborated on? I'll read and you can sing.
Oh, sure, Edward, I remember the one.
The title is Be Faithful to Thyself. These are times that try many souls. So penned Tom Paine, so that the people could comprehend the great danger when evil arises. That was 1776, and it's unwise still to ignore the danger posed by hatred, bigotry, and bellicose men with evil intent and no conscience. Dear God, ruler of the earth and the vast firmament, we, thy humble, unworthy supplicants, on bended knee, bowed heads, and voices pleading to be wrapped in thy cloak, so astonishing, mystical, and blessed with holy grace. Please forgive us for our disgrace, and for our mistakes and transgressions, willful, sinful, thoughtless, and flesh. Dear Lord, please help us to have faith in thyself, faith in our faith, faith in our God. Protect the truth and honor God's word. We shall be faithful to ourselves. We shall be faithful to our faith. We shall be faithful to God. We shall protect the truth. We shall honor God's words with reverence. In this uncertain time, our hearts are heavy burdened, our hands shake, and our voices quaver. Although we tremble when our voices quaver, from our devotion to God, we won't waver.
In this uncertain time, our hearts are heavy burdened, our hands shake and our voices quaver. But although we tremble and our voices quaver, from our devotion to God, we won't waver.
Most merciful God, please bolster our shaken faith. Let us not be forsaken. Guide us on thy path of righteousness, avoiding pitfalls of illicitness.
Most merciful God, please bolster our shaken faith. Let us not be forsaken. Guide us on the path of righteousness, avoiding pitfalls of illicitness.
When it seems as if we have lost all hope, trust in God who will help us to cope. when everything goes so terribly wrong. Do not despair, but sing a joyful song. Sing a joyful song.
When it seems as if we've lost all hope, trust in God, who will help us cope. When everything goes so terribly wrong, do not despair. Sing a joyful song, sing a joyful song.
Praise the Lord.
Praise the Lord.
All honor and glory to God.
All honor and glory to God.
Goodwill and blessings to all.
Goodwill and blessings to all. Amen.
I know I'm always kind of focused on preparing the meal during the times when the sharing and the music are going on. But I just have to say, after listening to all of you share your stories and your writing, I was pretty inspired. Thank you.
Well, I think we've got to hear something from you, too.
Well, you know, the food is my art. I've never really thought like a poet or a storyteller.
That's not quite Kmart. Just speak from your heart.
Well, I suppose it'd feel good to participate in this. I can tell you I've spent some time being lost, and I've had a pretty decent journey in trying to figure out that I wanted to be a chef. Sarah knows.
What did you want to be?
Well, I didn't know. I thought music, and Sarah and I sometimes do music together, but I don't do it, you know, as a main focus. I liked athletics, and that thought crossed my mind, but it left pretty quickly. I messed around, and I had a couple of false starts, and, well, disappoint people is what I really thought I was going to do, what I was always afraid of. And while I was going through the process of trying to figure out what I wanted to do, I wasn't confident. And I didn't feel like I was inspiring the confidence in others. Then with Sarah's help, I began to focus on something that I could do that would help solve a need. And I learned how to work with food. But more important than that, I think, was how to get food to people in a different way.
Like what you do here, you mean?
Yeah, working with the donations, working with substantial organic food, developing our programs so that we can help those in need be served and also contribute.
People like me.
Yeah, people like you, people like all of us. We all give something when we get something, and that keeps it working.
And I still believe you could be an athlete if you wanted.
Well, thanks. I feel good about where I'm at.
Thank you so much, Mark, for sharing that. I think that really means a lot to everybody to hear from you. Is there any chance that you would be willing to sing on this last song with us?
Sure.
All right, let's do it.
Who am I? Am I the story that I tell myself? Who am I? Am I the things that I have stumbled through? Who am I? Am I addictions that I can't undo? None of this is really who I am.
Wasn't that amazing, folks? One more time for the cast team. That was great. The musical. Awesome. I felt like I heard that story someplace before. I kind of lived that story. I don't know where it's at. Real quick announcement, folks. Real quick announcement. I want you to switch mics over here. Check. All right. Real quick announcement. The silent auction on the right-hand side is going to be closing down at 8 o'clock, so definitely make sure to go back there and check your bids, guys. Make sure to go back there and check your bids. Definitely don't want to get outbid, especially on the wine basket and the wines, the quilt, because it's definitely going to get chilly tonight. And then definitely check your bid on that Miata. Be sure to check your bid on that Miata. If you haven't bid on that yet, definitely do that at this point. It's a hot car. It's going to be going quick. It's going to be awesome. If it snows tonight, it's going to be probably sitting in the parking lot to you until it clears up. But yeah, it's a good car, man. Love that. Don't forget, the biggest part about this is that it's tax season. This is tax write-offs right here, guys. That's what I love about taxes, being able to write off things that I donate, being able to write off things that I give to charities. So make your way back there, check your bids. Make sure you don't get outbid on that awesome item that you guys want at this time frame. Also to my right, the box that is not invisible, as I was told, it's clear. I like to call it invisible though. The box that is clear is almost full here, so make sure that everybody has got a chance to put your actual cards from your table in here. We'll be giving away a anonymous prize here. We'll be drawing out for that here shortly as well. So once again, 8 o'clock, guys, 8 o'clock. We're going to be closing down the silent auction at 8 o'clock, and also be announcing those winners and then doing a closing aspect of the evening as well. Don't forget, if you love what you saw here today, if you love just the whole environment and everything of that nature, my good friend Ken in the back is going to be stationed over here to the right. We would love to have a testimonial from you guys. Okay, so don't let me be the only one giving a testimonial about how great Table of Grace is. Thanks for waving back there. Thanks. Wave again, wave again. Awesome, Ken. That's Ken right there. Give him, yeah, you clap. I don't care. Clap, Ken. There you go. We took over body cardio in by clapping. There we go. So Ken's going to be set up here to the right. Please feel free to go over there and talk to Ken. You'll ask him.
Again, thank you to our board of directors. And all of our staff, they are busy working as they should be. And obviously we couldn't do anything like this without our staff and all of our board and everybody that helped out. So we want to thank all of our staff as well. Thank you. Thank you. And I want to wrap it up by just giving my heart about what Table Grace is and where we've come. I mentioned earlier when I talked about Lawrence that Table Grace got our start at First Lutheran Church in downtown Omaha, 31st and Jackson Street. And it's been 9 years since Simone and I did our incorporation for Table Grace Ministries. And we started with our friends as our board of directors, and we started with one very generous woman at First Lutheran Church named Grace, who helped us get our start. We started with a personal chef service for single moms out of the First Lutheran Church kitchen, and we've grown from one donor and taking care of 4 families to over 2,300 donors and taking care of not just 4 families, but 50 people every day at Table Grace Cafe in downtown Omaha. That's a lot of growth. And again, there's no accident that Grace is in our name, okay? I mentioned a woman named Grace who helped us get our start. Table grace, table prayer, praying, being grateful for our food, and then the idea of grace. Just that grace is a gift that we cannot earn. And we all need food. Like for some reason God created us to need this fuel of food. We can't live without it. And we all get hungry. When I talk to kids, I say, if I get a chance to go and do a children's sermon or something, I always say, hey, what would happen if you didn't eat dinner tonight, and then you didn't eat breakfast tomorrow, and by tomorrow night you still hadn't eaten? Do you think you'd be hungry? And of course the answer is yes, right? It's just a human thing. We all get hungry. We all need that food, and when we get it, we're grateful. And gratitude is a huge healing thing. And so when we get food and when we give food at Table Grace, we're grateful. And that's grace. That's that gift. And we invite people to respond to that grace. We can't control that. We can't control our life or anything like that, but we have been given the gift, and we can choose how we respond to it. And that's what Table Grace is all about, giving people a chance to respond and serving with dignity and building authentic community. And I don't know about you, but I think that the musical tonight painted a pretty beautiful picture of all of that. So thank you. So if I was a memorizer, first of all, I would have been up here with them doing that thing, but if I was a memorizer, I would have said all of that word for word, what you see up on the screen, so there you go, you can read that. Again, there's so many more people to thank than I can thank in just a few minutes here, and there's so many more stories to tell. And I want you guys to be part of our story that we tell. We need to spread the word about Table Grace. There's a lot of growth that can still happen. We have a cafe in downtown Omaha right now that seats about 26 people, right? And it's kind of challenging to find parking and all that kind of stuff. But we're fulfilling our mission every day. It doesn't matter if we serve 5 people or 50 people. We are fulfilling our mission every day. There's an opportunity to do more, and we can and will grow with your support. So part of growing that is telling our story. So if you're compelled, please do visit Ken over here and give a video testimonial. Omaha Gives is coming up, right? That big event, watch for it. It's 24 hours of giving this spring. What's the date? Anybody got it on there?
May 24th.
May 24th is Omaha Gives. And you have a chance for 24 hours to give to all the different nonprofits in town, and Table Grace is one of those. On May 24th, through our Facebook page, we're going to post 24 videos in 24 hours about Table Grace Ministries, Table Grace Cafe. And we'd love to hear your thoughts, and we'd like to put that out there for the public and just, again, do the education and show people what it's all about. But I do want to read, since I've got it right in front of me, I do want to read for my closing remarks because, I might as well use it since I've read it. That by your support helps us shepherd parolees into employment. It helps us give people with special needs a meaningful place to work. It helps us facilitate offenders' graduation from drug court. It helps us give a single mother and her hungry children food, and so much more. So thank you for being here tonight, and thank you for all your help.
Thank you once again. Matt Weber, guys. Matt Weber. All right, I was asking the boss over there, like, what are we giving away? All right, so this is the fun part of the evening right here. I'm going to go ahead and do my half, and then I'm going to have Denise come up here and do her half with the auction winners. How many do I get to pick out here? Do you want to cook? You come up and you help me out with this, please. Simone Weber, everybody. Simone Weber.
So, you are welcome, if you win, to come over to the CD and songbook and merchandise table and pick out a merchandise of your choice. And we thank you for filling these out. If you didn't already get it in here, you can still do that before the end of the evening. And if you have all those over there, maybe you can just gift it to somebody else. Okay, so first winner is Wendy Olson. Go ahead and head over to the CD table on your way out and pick something out over there. Second winner is Jean Johnson. And the third winner is Rosemary Davis.
As you know, today, you guys go over there and pick out the merchandise of your choice. If it's a CD, you definitely want to have this lovely lady sign that for you because she's going to be famous very soon, obviously, as we saw from the awesome musical. Actually, I just caught word. I was over there in the corner watching, and I know everybody had their phones out, and they were recording the actual musical This musical might just take the place of Hamilton. I just heard that, guys. That big of a deal. That big of a deal. She's like, what's Hamilton? I don't know what that is. It's a great play. You'll see it. New York. Good stuff. All right, at this time frame, folks, we're going to wrap up that table in the back. Denise, where you at, my friend? All right. Big hand for Denise, guys. I'll use this one right here. We'll switch.
So what I'm going to say is, if you know you're the last person on one of those sheets, you can go and get your item and bring it over here, where we will check you out. We'll have Angela and Corey are here to help you out if you're not quite sure whether you want something or not. But I think most of you know you're the last one on there, so just go on over and grab that, and we'll take care of it that way.
So he'll take a credit card up there over.
Okay.
So you can take your sheet, your item, whatever.
Credit cards over there.
We can take cash and check right here.
Excellent. Cash and check right here. Got that? Take your item and your sheet. If it's a credit card there, cash and check here. We're good to go.
Wow, that's a system for you right there. Thank you, Denise. Appreciate that. Yay, Denise.
Where are they? What are they?
All right, folks. That about concludes this evening's event. I really appreciate you guys for coming out and participating today. You guys could have been anywhere this evening. You chose to be here, and Table Grace, myself included, Elliot Harris. Appreciate that. I can't trump anything that Matt covered, nor Simone earlier, so plus that music was beautiful. So definitely make sure to pick up your items, guys. Be safe this evening. As I always say, my motto is the world is bigger than your block, okay? Peace and God bless. Have a great weekend, guys. Thank you very much. And also, as Matt was notating, and I notated as well, don't forget Kim's over there in the right corner. Don't forget to give your testimonial before you leave. A short testimony will do, guys. Don't forget to go over there and talk to Ken. And give a great testimony about how you enjoyed Table Grace and how you enjoyed this evening. Thank you very much.
Do you need more coffee or you good?
I'm good.
All better yet.
Yes.
How long you going to be here?
Till I leave?
Is that on?
Yeah.
Well, I'll be back.
Okay.